Oh my gosh, how many times are we gonna go live tonight? Hey, I'm live and we're gonna test it again. So let's see what's up real quick. Hello, hello. Okay, let's stay here for a second. So we're testing. Testing. One and two, three and four. Dot 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 dot. Hello, hello. Testing. 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 The dog's moving. I mean, we're here. Hello. Howdy loud. Howdy doody. We're doing a 6 test. Yeah, okay, so why is this? My background, this is low, but it's louder. Compared to my voice, it's loud. Oh my, okay. Hey, we haven't locked up yet. We're still here, but once we get into a game, something happens with numbers. So I changed some stuff. I did some research real quick, like I did some updates, I mean, so let's go into a game. So right now, we're not using game performance levels. So let's see, right now we're gonna start a game, and let's see. I mean, we gotta get this fixed, so. I see 2 of you guys out there. What's up? What you doing? Oh man, okay, here we go. Let's see if we lock up when we go into a game, then I'll have another, a different research to, search that. A different reason to search that. Dang! We haven't locked up yet. Alright, cross your fingers. You guys are going to say something and be like, dang, I shouldn't have said anything. How are you anyway? I got things to tell you. Let's see if we crash or not. Okay, here we go. Is the desktop so low you can't even hear it now or what? No, I can barely hear myself. I'm going to mute it for a second. Watch this. Okay, now it's muted. Now it's on, but really low. It's so loud on the live. Yeah, Doug, it's so loud on the live. What you've been saying for a while now. Yeah. My voice, look at, I'm over here puffing in the mic because it's so close to my lips. I've never had to do that before. Hey. Dude, we're gaming. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Watching the live, man. Ooh. If we don't crash, it's going to be awesome. When I was leaving playing with Carson right then and there, another person, it looked like another person was going to play, so that's great. this yet. I had to change a bunch of settings I've never changed before. Oh, what am I doing? I'm trying to take you guys out to the ocean, man. Okay. You may be hearing me in the background. That's okay. I need to pay attention to the sound for a minute. Those shoes are loud, huh? Dang, I gotta go do something. I can't stand it. Yep, I won't be able to do anything. Look at this flower right here, this lily, just out here in the middle of the... It almost looks like it wants to be painted like a plumeria. Look at those. At least they're green. Those fire are very loud, aren't they? Nice. Hey, we haven't crashed, you guys. Yeah, but you're not. No one's writing. Oh, they left. Let me write to make sure the stream is okay. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Hey. I'm so glad it worked. What I did. I can't believe it worked, man. Thank you, Lord Jesus.
I have a proposition for you.
Where are you guys at now that it's fixed? It's a lot. Why the sound is so loud. That's the next thing to look up. So that sucks then if I have the shoes like this, what ends up happening is everybody gets crashed. I think I got it working, KG. It hasn't stopped. I mean, it hasn't froze up. I had to go change a bunch of settings. I had to change some kind of encoder. I had to change the speed of recording. I mean, I've never had to do none of that ever. That's crazy, huh? Out of the blue, I just need to do all that for like days now. That's some crazy crap, man. Oh, that's I gotta pick that up. Oh, if I pick it up, it's gonna go on my back. And this is a good one to have.
Here's what I need from you. You know what to do.
Oh yeah, it's totally working, man.
Good work.
You know what? Send me the bill.
Don't duck my calls. Well, you ruffle my feathers.
Nice. Where did that all come from? Full on everything but wood. Nice. Woohoo! Like, been 4 days, I haven't been able to game right. Yesterday, I gamed a couple games. I just didn't even go live because I knew it probably wouldn't work and I didn't have the time, you know. If I'm busy till like 10 o'clock at night, the last thing I want to do is try to figure out how to troubleshoot the problems. Okay, we're good. Thank you, Lord Jesus! And by the way, I'm just going to say it out loud. Today is the 19th. And it's pretty interesting that today we got it fixed. Because I've been asking David to help me. I'm like, please, help me get this fixed, man. Oh, shoot, the fire guy. I'm gonna get Today's the 19th, see? And I knew someone today. I did his dog's nail trims, and he was talking about a friend of his best friend. And the whole time he was talking about his best friend, it was David's name. He kept his best friend's name David. And I was like, man, is he talking about his best friend named David? That was today, too. That worked out. I was like, what? I was like, he said, David, we were talking for like 40 minutes, you know, face to face, and he said David probably like 10 times, 12 times. I was like, man, little does he know, you know? And he was, Honeybee will get this. At the same time, I'm looking behind this guy, and there's two doves sitting on the house behind us talking. I didn't say anything because not everyone understands it, but I was sitting here looking at two doves and the fact that he's like constantly talking about David. You tell me what's up. Isn't that crazy? Y'all already know where my head's at. I was sitting here like, what in the world's happening? What sign do you want me to know is all I kept thinking about. I was like, what do you want me to know about this? Oh, someone's in here. I should not get in the water. I can't say I'm good at shooting in the water. Are you? That's a lot of talking to. Usually it ends with something. Here. I only got 2 guns. I better be careful, you know. Like, look, you're talking about. Hold on. I gotta separate this. Like, look, you're talking about him right now, and really quick little lags are happening again. Are you serious? I was wondering if all the lagging had something to do with him. He tends to mess with your game, I know. But, yeah. Let me make sure I got... Oh, it's just so quiet. Yeah, I'm in the game. I'm in the game. Oh, I can't hear. I can't hear the game anymore. Hold on. Okay, I'm in the game. I can hear the game now. What the? I could have got shot right over here, dude. There's a chest right here. Oh, it's outside. I'm in the circle. I should play safe. There's 7 left. Dang, this is end game right here. That guy, nice guy too. He came to help me with my trailer and friendly, and he didn't expect anything, meaning like he doesn't like some of these other folks who are like, you just need a friend to help you out, you know. And so he said, "Do you want a second look at eyes?" And I said, "Yeah, I do." You know, and so he goes, "Okay." So he comes over. That's why I told you September 19th, man. You have no idea. Oh, dang. Dang, bro. No heals, though? That's crazy. Is there any place to go turn these in? We got time? he's gonna collect those and then he takes it with him, right? Oh, nah, man. Oh, gosh. Okay, so let's do, you're here with me now. I might as well do a little research here. Let's pull this back up. Let me get out of this glitch. So, to fix your game audio being too loud in Streamlabs despite low volume settings, you need to adjust your Windows volume mixer. Check your device properties or apply a gain filter to balance the sound levels. Sometimes your PC sends audio to Streamlabs using a communication device, so in an update, sometimes things go crazy. So that's probably where it happened like a week ago. Or spatial audio form. Okay, open the Windows setting menu and go to System Sound. System Sounds. Systems. I'm kind of tired, so this will help me. I can do this, but I don't know that I want to game anymore. Open the Windows settings menu and go to System and then Sound. Okay? Scroll to More Sound Settings. And click it to open the classic sound control panel. Oh gosh, man, what the heck? No. Oh, on the playback tab. Yeah. Right click your active headset/speakers and select properties. Headphones, Xbox controller, correct. Hit properties. Oh. On the playback tab, right? Okay, go to the, okay, hold on. Go to the advanced tab now and uncheck enable audio enhancements. Or turn off spatial sound. Select the sample rate and bit depth to be used when running in shared mode. Oh, spatial sound is a whole different tab, so turn off spatial sound. It is off. Allow applications to take exclusive control of this device. Maybe I should unclick that. Hold on, let's unclick that and hit apply. Okay, bear with me. I'm going to lower this. I'm going to go back to my game. Yeah, I muted it. It's so loud, and on my desktop, you guys can't see it. It's like this is the low and high, and it's down at the, it's way down here. You can't even hear me talk in the game anymore, man. Here we go. I'm gonna unmute it, but it's like down here. Like it can go as far as that, but it's like down here. It's still not working right. Hold on. What's funny is that I never changed anything but with my hands on the it was just that one day that Doug was like, "Hey, we can't hear you." And I was like, "No, I don't know what you're talking about, right?" And the next day I watched a little bit of the live and I was like, "Yeah, you can't hear me. You cannot hear me talk anymore at all." So this has been going on for like 2 weeks at least. So if I go into, let me look up desk audio and also properties and see if I can just like reset something. So it says stream track 1, device default, sync offset, audio monitoring, monitor off. Oh yeah, generally enabling monitoring extends the audio through the desktop audio channel. I'm not really sure what that means. Sync offset. Oh, that's if global settings. Okay, let's go back. Okay. Okay, to quickly fix overwhelmingly loud desktop audio, lower the desktop audio slider in the main audio mixer so it rests around -10. Okay, let's look at. I'm at -53, so so -10 is way over here, which is where it should be, but I'm like -78. Hmm. I want to. Okay, hold on. Oh, you can add a limiter. Click the settings on the audio mixer and select filters. Click the add and add a limiter. Set the limiter threshold to this. This caps the audio from getting any louder, preventing sudden ear-piercing jumps. Okay, that's not my answer. Oh, it didn't like my question. Okay, hold on. Let me type it. Okay, let me just take this part out. Hopefully you're not too bored here. You still, there's two of you. Who's out there? KG and who else? So now it's kind of saying my mic is too. Okay, let me just click on this. Let's look at this. Let's do some setting stuff here. Output audio bitrate. So go to audio. Oh, I can't fix it while I'm live again. Okay, hold on. But I'll still read it while I'm here with you. So. Oh, I need to do this, but I'm getting tired. Okay, here. Yeah, who's the silent lurker? Okay, let me read what you're saying. Crazy Cole's due date is. Did you say Crazy Cole's? Crazy Cole. I know, September 19th. I'm telling you, there's not. I'm hoping you heard me the last time. Maybe you didn't even hear me because of this whole sound problem. But I was like, hello? Maybe. Oh my gosh. Maybe David had all these glitches because the day you told us that the birthday was September 19th, that day was the last day I remember gaming with y'all and not having any audio or visual problems. Food for thought. And you've been so connected with this pregnancy. Yep, the game is a lot louder than your chat. Who's a silent lurker? All right, so some of you guys, I don't know who's going to come back and watch it. At least this one went through. This live went through. And let me go to my Fortnite game and get out of it. Let me go exit here. What I'm noticing is that maybe it also is the computer working too hard because it does get hot. I can feel my feet getting warm because it kicks heat. So some things are running. I had to change the setting on there that allows it to run less hard. So that tells us, like, oh, when there's an update, more things are happening, just like these data centers. When you save more stuff at the data centers, it runs more hot, requires more water from the earth, from your city, and makes more noise, you know what I'm saying? So maybe what's happening here is that we got an update, and now it's driving my computer harder, and then we started having more problems this round on this not last night, but the update that we must have had on Microsoft and Streamlabs and Fortnite like over a week ago. So I do on this live feed want to say, let me think, I can't change the title from here, but I do want to say this to let everyone kind of have an idea of what's going on with Nikki. So I reached out I had almost hired a pet sitter, and I don't know if you guys even heard that the other day, like 4 or 5 days ago. I was like, hey, you guys, I've been interviewing a pet sitter. That fell through. It wasted a lot of time, a little bit of money, and just a whole waste of time. I mean, training someone is just so... To tell someone or show someone or be a part of someone's learning every dog's problems, every dog's food, every dog's cycle, how to do everything in the house, how to use my washer, how to clean the drain in it, how to not fail when someone's not home, like when I'm not home. Tons of 2 days of training, 2 weeks of back and forth text messages, and then she turns around. This new person then she turns around, and the day before the 3rd day of training, she literally says, hey, I'll go ahead and cover you on this, and this, but I really want to probably lean into just less pet sitting days, because I wanted to hire for 7 days, and then I want to hire for 14 days. And she literally says, I really need to go ahead and just work, like 1 day here. And I was like, okay. And then I thought about it. And within 30 minutes, I was like, no, like, I'm done. I'm not hiring for like a couple hours here and there. Like, it would be nice to have the 14-day person to get more hours, pulls like 2 or 3 hours a day. Let's just say that person doesn't have another job. And they're like, hey, I'll do 2 or 3 hours a day on the days you don't need me overnight, right? So I can like tap out and go out of town. But I was like, I don't need to hire for like a 2 or 3 hour a day or one day, but you go home that night. I don't really need that. I'm managing everything. Like financially, I'm looking for someone to relieve me so I can leave town for 4 days or 7 days or 2 weeks or whatever, right? So that all went to crap. So I think my watcher is a friend of mine in Colorado. What's up, Colorado? So in case it is, I think it might be, but it's pretty late. On the flip, I had something to say. So Nikki and MJ. So we haven't really I'm not going to tell you everything because I don't know what truly we've been a part of like all of it, but she hasn't been around to really say, but I'm sure she would be okay with the update. So I'll just say that MJ has had to go through another surgery of a different type, all at the same time of like after the open heart surgery, which is crazy. So right after the fail, like literally I let that girl know, like, I'm sorry. I said, I ran your background check. That costs money. I did this. I trained you. I even said, if you want to chip in and help out with your background check, this is how much it costs to run a background check. And, you know what? She didn't say a thing. She didn't even come back. As much as she cared about me or cared about my dogs, like she didn't come back for nothing to say, Dee Dee, I'll half that with you. My bad. You know, she didn't even do that. So, just saying, you know, you go out of your way to train somebody to help you help them, right? And anyway, so that minute when that happened, I was like, nope. I said, I'm not looking for a couple hours here and there. I'm giving you the couple hours because you need time with the dogs that I can't make happen for you. So I'm willing to lose money to get you to used to the dogs so that you don't feel like you're not getting paid. And then on the flip, you want to now back out and just do a couple days here and there. And I'm like, that's not what I need. That's realistically not what I need. And on top of that, you were not a go with Miracle's eye drops. She had no idea what she was doing with that. So then it just was like took away a lot of stress that I would not have to deal with her. Like, as soon as I was like, oh gosh, thank you. Trying to even just have time off was just is better to just not have to have time off. It's better to just go, you know what? It's more peaceful not trying to find somebody than it is to every day I'm stressed trying to find somebody and then also doing everything else. But anyways, check this out. So I wrote Nikki, I said, Nikki, how are you doing? How's everyone doing? I need you. When can I use you? I need you. So when I heard back, she was like, I bet I know, what you're going through and stuff like that. And I'm not going to read it all, but she even said, did you ask veterinarians for help? Call around the veterinarians and just ask them and that might be a good place to start. But if somebody is a vet tech and they work all day at a veterinarian clinic, do you think they can manage my dogs? The answer is no, because Miracle needs eye drops every hour right now. I've gone through her this season of allergies has been really bad. I haven't even been able to take her cone off full time, which is crazy that I have to be her break time a little bit every day instead of walking around without a cone head. It kills me. So if you imagine trying to find somebody at a veterinarian clinic, they can't work a 9-hour day, so like be realistic, right? She even said that, but she did say, she come through and says, I can only imagine how rough this has been for you. Things are so unpredictable there with her. They just got out of the hospital again. She has procedures coming up, and Nikki has to be there, and she's become basically a full-time human and cat caregiver. And she let us know MJ can dress herself and feed herself, but she doesn't pay attention to some of these alarms that are going off, and she can't reach the bandage site on her stomach, so Nikki has to change it all the time. This is a huge change, and I may not be able to leave again until she heals from her transplant. And I didn't understand that comment. So I think, and she said this year has been insane. So I'll leave it at that. So keep MJ in your prayers. And I think I went on to say, what kind of transplant? And then at least she still has a humor. She literally says brain transplant. We both started laughing. And she goes, no, seriously, hold on, let me read this. They found polyps. Then they found a staph infection. But she never did come back and say what kind of transplant. Yeah, she never said what kind of transplant. So it makes you feel heavy in the heart to know that someone you know's spouse, partner, they're best friends and they love each other so much, MJ's been just such a driving force for Nikki. I remember Nikki might have wanted to not pet sit. See, it's not easy what I do with the dogs. And she came out, and her first day, she almost walked away. And she had a meltdown, and a lot of people do. Spirit Angel also did. I can't. Can you? Oh gosh. So someone comes out to help me, right? And we go through the day. And I'm like, you got to do this, we got to do this, we're doing this, this is how you do this. And I'm doing it as I'm showing it. And then day 2 maybe, or I try not to overwhelm. I'm very aware of like how much I'm talking. If it's exhausting me, it's like, are you even catching on to anything? And if someone doesn't take notes, there's no way that they can write down everything. There's just no way. One lady, she was example is she was taking so much time writing. We're talking like for 10 minutes, and then we would get back to it. And I'm like, this is gonna take. If you're going to write verbatim word for word, we're never going to get done. And by the way, that lady went on to come back out for 2 or 3 training days and not help. And then not help. Like, I've been through this a lot. But everyone who does help, you know, their first day, their first few hours, they break down. They really do. I cannot comprehend that in the sense of like, if it's so overwhelming, or is it just within the person it's so overwhelming for the person. But I have trained myself to, it's a priority, it's caretaking. So I have the set schedule can, like, let's just say everything in this box is your set schedule. It can move like this in the day, but everything in the box has to happen that way all day. It can move like, I'm not perfect. If I have a day that is like I'm so exhausted and so tired, right? How about this? I'm so depressed. You know, there are days that you may wake up and still be like, I miss David. Like and how about this? You may not even know what you miss, but the feeling of just a loss or an emptiness or just today's just off or just spiritually off, like something within spiritual realms makes you off, or the weather made you off. And off means you just don't want to function at your normal regular capacity. So I might go to sleep fine and wake up like, yeah, I don't want to get up. So the priorities in this box can shift. Like if I go to bed, look at it's like 12:30 in the morning right now. So I'm gonna get off here with you guys, and I'm gonna go let all the dogs out, and then we're gonna get to bed by 1:15. And I'm probably I don't go right to bed because my mind, I'll lay there and think about everybody I lost for a while. And so usually I'll watch some TV until my eyes are kind of like heavy, and then I turn the TV off and go right to sleep. And that way there's no stopping to be so sad about everyone I lost. But if tomorrow I wake up and I'm just like, I miss everybody, or you don't know why it is. You just wake up feeling it. You're just like, you can sit down and figure out why you might feel the way you do, but you're just missing something. You feel almost empty. And some days we all have that day. And some days you can push through it. Some days you still have to get to work. And some days you can actually sleep in and just say, you know what? I'm just going to go sleep, lay here, watch TV, and be a mush and let your body just do what it needs to do, you know? And my point is, I'm trying to get somewhere with this, but I can be a mush, not every day, but I can get to be a mush. But once you know this box of schedule, it can shift. It's not like you need to be perfect. Everything has to happen. It starts at 7 a.m. And I don't have 25 or some of these other rescue groups. That one lady who had an insane 500 dogs in her house. There's no way that 500 and her poor mom and some random guy who she pays $15 an hour, those 3 alone manage over 500 and something dogs, and it's disgusting. This place is disgusting. And I don't know if she's even still there now or not. It's like a gated home, and you can't see anything because it's way back on 4 acres. But I went there and took that rescue dog there, and then I helped that rescue dog get out of there. But if you have that many animals and you have that little help, your day can't shift like that. There's just no way. So either all the animals suffer when you're having a mush day, because you ain't getting out there with that 500 dogs and getting anything done on a mush day. So can you even afford a mush day? But anyways, in our household, once we decide how our day's going to go, it can start and chill and then go back and chill. And, so when someone would come into my world and we would go through the training in the first day, and they would have literally breakdown. They would break down. And I would just go, wow, you know, like I just don't understand because I'm doing it, right? I'm actually physically doing this day, this schedule. And for someone else, it's a breakdown. And not just one person, more than one. And I'm just like, wow. So what I am doing probably is more than what the average could handle. And if that doesn't tell you. So one of my friends, and he might be watching right now, he literally was like, well, I tried to do the math, KG, and by counting, if one cage was this big and that cage had 3 dogs and it went all the way down to this side and all the way down that side and it was doubled, that was one room. And the room was big, like it wanted to be. This was the property used to be a wedding proper. Like you get there, you rent the whole property out for a wedding. When you drive on to the front, there's a big carousel thing, like there might be in a water fountain, so you can take pictures and all that kind of stuff. And then you get to the house, and then the house probably was the people that managed everything. And then there was this back building that you opened up like this, and then the building or the room to the in that area, this huge like but where you would eat and have buffet and all that kind of stuff. There was 1, 2, 3, like a bunch of like kennels in there, and one was filled with a mom and puppies. I think she had 2 moms and 2 sets of puppies in that area, like that. Boom, boom, boom. And then like 4 or 5 kennels with like big dogs in it, like a couple doodles, like that. And then some more stuff going on, and a lot of storage stuff, just random. And then back, and then all of a sudden she flung open these doors, and all these cages full of dogs. And then that wasn't even the only build. That was the middle building for where you have buffet, food, entertainment, whatever. And then you still walk down, and there was a building of bathrooms, and there was just poop all in the whole thing. It was empty. And then you keep walking back down, and to the right was like where you would have horses, but there was just 20 dogs in there running around each other. And then another a building like that, and then a bigger field where these other dogs. I mean, it was just so many dogs I couldn't count, and she wouldn't let me film. That was the day I took you guys out to the shelter, picked one dog up, and drove all the way to Denton to bring her the dog. Oh my, OMG, OMG, it was a lot. It was a lot. So let me change this right now while we're live here. I think I just moved that. Let me do this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, see? Hey, yeah, hey, what's up, man? I don't know if you can see this this picture is my mom, David, and then Suey. I'm almost starting to like that's why maybe and I hate to move it because I would hate anybody to think like I don't want to think about him, David. I don't want to think about him and he'll get mad or something. I don't know if that could happen. But yeah, you never know. So I'm like, man, it's trying to be like a memorial in here. No, but the memorial is all like artwork, though. It's pretty cool, you know? So, anyways, but yeah, I have that's a lot of story right there. I don't even know. I can't tell you everything that happened here with it. But I had tapped out. I didn't quit on them, but I tapped out. Unfortunately, it's like there's so much hate, you know? The second you have red flags, you have to be ready to deal with that. And so I didn't do it on my YouTube video, but I surely didn't just like look at the other direction. But going on to finish that subject is like you just never know. What I mean is MJ was there for Nikki. So when Nikki, kind of broke down, or I call it a breakdown. You're crying, you break, you have a breaking point. Well, the first day of training, we hit the breaking point, I felt like. And we talked, and I just said, I know you can do this. I know anyone can do what I'm doing. It's not going to be perfect. You will get it done. The one priority at the time wasn't necessarily, I can't remember now, but if anything, the priority was Miracle's Eye. It's always Miracle's Eye first, and anybody's problems after that second. Like right now, Pastel has a hot spot under her armpit she's been licking, and Miracle has one on her foot, and Pastel has one on her foot. I think it's from the yard. So those things come second, but when you wake up and you can't open your eye, that's a priority. That's a number one priority. Because that's like, I can't imagine what sandpaper feels like in your eye. So with Miracle, that's what the ophthalmologist said to me years ago, is that it feels like sandpaper. So I will never forget, because I do know what it feels like to have sandpaper in your eye. Like I had some stuff in my eye while I was driving recently, and it was so bad. I pulled over and I felt, and when I looked back, I was like, that semi truck's going to hit me. And that, because I pulled over and I was sitting there crying, like getting this thing out of my eye. I don't even know if I didn't ever get it out of my eye. It recently had a major infection a month ago, and that's when I got what was in my eye out. It was a long piece of hair, and it got stuck in my eye way down at the bottom, and you couldn't even tell it was there. It was so thin and so long, dude. Um, anyway, it was MJ that talked Nikki back into understanding, like, just breathe. You can do this. Like, Nikki wasn't like, man, get back on the plane and come home. I don't know what you're talking about, what you're trying to do. I probably would have been that person, you know, because you don't want your partner, your spouse, your friend, you don't want them going through hell. And so if you're crying and all that, like, get out of there. There ain't no amount of money worth that. But sometimes we all know sometimes the limit needs to be pushed within ourselves so we can change what we've been doing to do something else. And at the time, and many times after that, Nikki helped me get rest. She helped me go on some cruises and rest, and and I got rest since 2023. She helped me get rest. What I mean is, in 2023, I was so exhausted. Y'all have no idea. And then 2024, and I think she started helping me the end of 2024 or the beginning of 2025. So it was so helpful to get some rest, and she gave that to me. But if it was on her, she probably would have just. I told her, I said, we could just go out tonight, have dinner, and then you could fly home in a day or two, and we don't have to talk about it at all. No hard feelings. But it was MJ that pushed her and gave her the wings to not give up on herself. And then Shirley, she fell in love with the dogs. I mean, they're like family, they're tight. And yeah, so if you always take the easy route out, sometimes you never push through, but it's just it was just a process of managing what you need to do and how you need to do it, and then let it fit your schedule. When I get out of the picture, this always happens. When I step out of the picture, they do hold it up. They hold up the fort. And so, yeah, MJ, she's bomb. So I hate to know that, she's in a place that, sorry, I'll quit fidgeting. She's in a place where she's having all these problems and surgeries and a transplant, which just scares me for her. So I gotta ask you to be with her and, seal her up and keep her with Nikki. And I know Nikki needs her a lot, but give Nikki the strength to get through this, but also get MJ back on her feet. If my dad can get on his feet after open heart surgery, God, I know that MJ can too. So Lord Jesus, please help them, and please heal MJ. Amen. But yeah, so I'm going to let you go because I'm stumbling over my words now because I'm getting so tired. But man, thanks for listening. KG, God bless you and your baby and your pregnancy. I can't wait. September is going to be here any minute. And I was like so excited. I was like, if I got a pet sitter, I could maybe come down. September 19th? What? Is that what I'm in Corpus Christi with 7 dogs for a delivery date? Dang. I would too, and I'm not that type of person. I get it. But I would be there and I'll be like, if you can't see me, I came, because it's a lot, and you'll be in the hospital, it's a lot. Man, maybe I should get an RV before then. Dang. All right, well, thanks for watching, you guys. Appreciate you. Thanks for the comments. KG, it was just me and you tonight, man. There's someone else out there, but me and you got to talk, and I've had one-on-ones with almost everybody now. Now I have a one-on-one with you. So that was fun. I'm so glad I fixed live, man, so we could have this. All right, sweet dreams. I can't wait, baby Cole. And he's not crazy. I don't know what you said about crazy, but no, I wouldn't be using that word. Don't be using that word, baby Cole, man. Mr. Cole's due date is September 19th, all right? So keep me posted. And bye, baby Cole. We'll be talking to you later, okay? All right, little man? All righty. Love you guys. All right, I love you all so much. Thanks for watching. If you're watching this later, please comment below. Let us know. And have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. And yes, we got it fixed. We fixed it. All right. I got to fix this desktop sound next. All right. Love you guys. Have a good night. Good night, KG. Bye. Who is it? Creeper? The person creeping? What's up?